Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want to stop it. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETFs, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them gain their profits while I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Perinotti. I go by Michael Edward. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my very first job right out of college, where I had to first go through an educational training program before they let me touch even $1 of their money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 9 professional trading mods and over 30-person staff, we have helped thousands of people from all over the world to reach their goals. We actually have members in 115 different countries, guys. Truly a global community over here at True Trading Group. And for those of you that didn't know, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level and professional trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We also cover all styles of trading: day trading, swing trading, and also long-term investing. Something for everybody inside True Trading Group. Now we take that university level curriculum, we combine it with today's top financial tools that give you more information, help you make better decisions, increase your chances of success. But unfortunately, most retail traders don't use these tools because they're expensive. They'll cost you around $5,000 or $6,000 a year if you were to go and pay for them on your own. I know that's a lot of money, but I really think you need these tools. That's why we've spent years building relationships with these companies so we can put their tools and products on our platform at no additional cost to you. It's all included. You also get access to our members, the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you were ever going to find, not to mention all the real-time trade alerts from the moderators and myself that collectively as a group have been able to maintain a win rate on all of our executions of around 80% now going on the last 3 years. So if you are ready to learn trading profit for real, you've all come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here on this YouTube channel where myself, other TTG Pro trading mods, and special guests drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and analysis that can help you become better traders. So if you are new, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure that you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Guys, we got a real special stream in store for you guys here this evening tonight. Obviously, yes, we had the Fed minutes today. Yes, the markets are continuing their decline. If you guys were on the live stream last night, I told you to look for 444 to be resistance. What's the high of the day today in the markets? You guessed it. The high of the day on the SPY is 444.18, and we are continuing this sell-off as we work our way now down into the 430s, where I told you we talked about my final target for this pullback in the markets is those low 430s. So far, we've been correct being on the short side of the market for the last now going on 3 weeks. Ever since August 1st, when the Fitch rate cut the credit rating for the U.S., ever since that live stream on August 1st, I told you everything had changed. And I told you that the markets were due for a pullback. And ever since then, we've been focusing on the short side, and members of True Trading Group have been able to capitalize on it. So we are going to talk about this move in the markets. We are going to talk about the Fed minutes that we got today. Why did the markets continue to sell off, and how much further does this sell-off have left to go? But first, I got a real special treat for you all. You see, there's a lot of misinformation out there with people that are trying to get started trading with a small account. And on this live stream tonight, I want to show you guys, I want to have a discussion and talk to you about the right way to grow a small account from $500 up to the 25K mark. There's specific things you should be doing. There's specific things you should not be doing. There are certain strategies you should and should not be trying to implement. And there's a process. There's a way and a process to do this. And we actually are coming up. We're actually going to be doing an options and futures trading boot camp coming up here pretty soon. with two of our other professional traders into a trading group. And following up on that boot camp, we are actually going to take a small account and with those futures and with those options trading strategies, try to 5X that account over a specific period of time. So we're going to be implementing this in True Trading Group. It's for some of our members, and I want to have this conversation with you guys here today. And in order to have this conversation and discussion, none other than the perfect person to have this conversation with me. I want you guys to all give a big shout out and an AYO to my business partner and the co-founder of True Trading Group, Adam.
Good evening, Michael.
Good evening, Adam. How are you this fine evening, sir?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain, hanging in there.
All right.
Excited. This is a little different, kind of a different structure for tonight for the live stream. I'm excited to kind of go over this with members. I know it's a question that a lot of people have, and we have a lot of people that start with small accounts, right? Even members of True Trading Group start with small accounts. It's like a really big misconception where people think that in order to start trading, you need tens of thousands of dollars to get started, and it's just simply not true.
Right. Yeah, it isn't. I just think that, you said it best. Not everyone's starting with 25,000. Maybe you could summarize the significance of why 25,000, why that number specifically.
Yeah, that's the number that most people think you need in order to be a day trader, and it's not. Now, the reason why people think you need $25,000 to be a day trader is because of something called the pattern day trading rule. In my opinion, it's the stupidest rule that's ever been created. And when I become president, the first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of the pattern day trading rule. So vote for me. All right. Right away, I'm going to get tens of millions of votes right there from retail traders. They're all going to vote for me to get rid of the pattern day trading rule. What it means is if you have a margin account, now there's a difference between a margin account and a cash account. Margin account means that you are trading with your broker's money. So if you were to put, let's say, $1,000 into your brokerage account and it's a margin account, your broker will give you 4 times that amount of money in buying power for you to trade with. That's a margin account. Then you have a cash account. A cash account is just you're trading with your money and your money only. If you only put $1,000 into your account, you've only got $1,000 in buying power. Okay. Now, if you have a margin account and you have less than $25,000 in it, you are only allowed to make 3 day trades in a 5-day rolling period. So a day trade means you're going to buy today and you're going to sell today. You're only allowed to do that 3 times within 5 days. That's the pattern day trading rule. It is, in my opinion, the dumbest rule. It is supposed to try to protect retail traders and investors, but in my opinion, it actually does the exact opposite by forcing traders to hold on to positions that they should not hold on to simply because they don't want to trip the pattern day trade violation. And that leads to significantly larger losses than the trader initially intends on. And if they didn't have to follow the pattern day trading rule, they most likely would have exited the trade. Instead, they hold it, and the loss turns into something far greater than they originally had intended. You don't need to trade with a margin account and have over 25K in order to day trade. You can use a cash account and have $500 in it and have a cash account and trade options. Options are really great because when you have a cash account and you trade stocks, it takes a couple of days for the cash that you're going to use to clear. So let's say you have $1,000 in a cash account, and let's say you put $500 into a trade. You buy $500 worth of a stock and then you sell it. That $500 is going to take a couple of days to clear if you trade a stock. So the next day, you're only going to have $500 to trade with. And then let's say if you put $300 into a trade that day, that $300 is now going to take a couple of days to clear. So the following day, you're only going to have $200 left to trade. And then the next day, that first $500 clears, and now you're going to have that $500 back. Okay. So, trading options, when you trade options, the money clears the next day. So you can have a $500 account and put couple $100 into an option trade, and that money is going to be available for you to trade the next day. So that's how we teach people to go through growing a small account. And it's actually, what's funny is that actually members that start True Trading Group under PDT, okay, have a much higher success rate than those that don't. And the reason for that, I think, really has to do with risk management. And there's something about a trader, when someone starts trading with a large account, they're way more lax about their risk. They're like, oh, I've got, 30K in my account. I got 50K in my account. I got 100K in my account. What's the big, who cares if I lose $10,000, right? They're very lax with their risk management versus someone that has, let's say, $700 in their trading account. They are very, very, very conscious of the money that they lose or the money that they risk on their trades. And that to me, what I've seen from, we have 10,000 members in True Trading Groups. I've seen, we have a huge sample set for me to look at retail trading activity, and not to mention the one-on-one mentor sessions that we do with members. I really get to see a real deep dive and a close, look at retail trading as a whole, because we have such a large sample set. We've had, over the last several years, between trial members and annual members, we've had nearly 60,000 retail traders come through True Trading Group. So we got a pretty big sample set that I can really look at. And what I see is that the people that have the smaller accounts usually tend to start off with more discipline with their risk management. And when they feel like their back is up against the wall, you trade tighter and you trade better, rather than just kind of shooting from the hip and just, throwing something at the wall and hope that it sticks. So that's, again, big misconception that we have amongst a lot of different traders, and it's just simply not true. There's a lot of members in True Trading Group that started with less than $1,000. So yeah, watch this actually. Members of True Trading Group, can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys do me a favor? If you're a member of True Trading Group and when you started True Trading Group, like after you joined, you had less than $1,000 in your trading account, can you just go ahead and type in chat right now what you started with? Tell me what you started with in your trading account if you started with less than $1,000. Dylan Carson, I love you, bro. Dylan Carson goes, I've almost doubled my small account. I've been a member for True Trading Group for 2 days. Yes, Dylan! Dylan won a free membership on the live stream 2 days ago, and he's been a member for 2 days. He's already almost doubled his account. Read some of these comments coming through, guys. 400, 500, 500. 500, 500, 1,000, 400, 575, 300. Right? Just read some of these comments that are coming through. You don't have to take my word for it. These are members of True Trading Group that started with less than $1,000 in their trading account. And here you guys are seeing now that these people are able to be successful, even though they started with just a couple $100 in their account. I'm telling you, you don't need $25,000 to get started. It's just simply not true. Yeah, you guys can see all those comments. Adam, your mic is off, dude. I don't know if you're talking or not.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
All right. So what we talked about doing tonight was pretty cool. Many years ago, you did a workshop, right? Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that workshop.
I did a workshop a couple of years ago for members in True Trading Group where I went over and I laid out the playbook. I laid out the blueprint that I felt that people should be implementing in order to grow a small account. If they started with $500 and they want to grow that account to a five-figure account, that there's specific things that they should do, both psychologically and then actually also in their trading, that would give them the best chance of accomplishing that goal.
So now tell everyone what we're going to do tonight.
Well, like I said before, I'm going to go over with you guys here today on this live stream something special for you, on kind of recapping, going over that workshop with you guys here live, and talking about how we can grow a small account from 500 up to 25K.
Yep, we are actually going to go over that exact presentation with people tonight. So that was our idea for tonight. That's what we're going to move with. But before we get into that, what I'd like you to do is just give a little bit of a recap for today, talk about the Fed minutes, just go over that like 5-10 minutes. And then we'll get into that presentation.
Yeah. So we had the Fed minutes come out today, guys. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the most bearish, 10 being the most bullish, I gave the Fed minutes like a 3.5. So not neutral, not terribly bearish, but bearish enough to where I felt that it would move the markets to the downside. And we went over this last night on the live stream. Now, if you guys were on the live stream last night, I gave you my entire breakdown. I gave you my entire game plan. I gave you my entire analysis of exactly what I thought the market was going to do based on what was in the Fed minutes. And if you caught the live stream last night, it's right on this YouTube channel. If you didn't, I said very specifically, if the Fed minutes insinuate that the Fed is not done raising rates, that they are still considering raising rates, that I thought that was going to make the markets move to the downside. Versus if you had a situation where the Fed minutes came out and all the Fed members were, maybe we shouldn't raise rates at all in the July meeting. This is kind of the last one. We'll take a wait and see approach. We're more concerned about the economy than we are about inflation. That's our main focus now. If you got that type of commentary, that would be a bullish situation for the markets and we would trade to the upside. So when the Fed minutes came out today, you had very specific language in those minutes. And for those that don't know what Fed minutes are, in case you guys aren't familiar, Fed minutes are the notes from the Fed meeting. Now they come out a couple of weeks after the Fed meeting. We had the Fed meeting in July. Now you're getting the minutes, or the notes rather, from that meeting. And in those notes, you had Fed members that said, and this is just, summarizing the notes. I'm not giving you actually verbatims, but I'm summarizing the notes for you, that many of them still feel that the risk is with inflation, not the economy. And what I mean by that is they are more concerned that the risk of something going wrong, the greater risk is they let the foot off the brake too soon, and inflation starts to tick back up and they lose control of inflation, like what happened in the 70s. They felt that that's still a bigger risk than if they tighten too much, they raise rates too far, and the economy falls into a recession. They still feel that the inflation side is a bigger risk, which tells you that the Fed is not considering us being that they're done. You had other comments in there say that core inflation data, ex housing, has not shown significant declines like the headline CPI number has. And until they specifically said, until we see a distinct and significant decline in core inflation, ex housing, we are not okay, or we're not comfortable saying that additional rate hikes may be warranted. This is what they talked about in the meeting. Now, there were a couple of members that were part of that meeting that actually thought that they should not have raised rates at all at the previous July meeting. So that's why that statement is, there's two statements that made me keep my 1 to 10 being super bearish, 10 being super bullish, 5 being neutral. There's two statements that made me say that I think that these minutes are like a 3.5 rather than like a 0.5 or a 1, meaning like very bearish. And those two comments were that they are conscious of the risk of over tightening. They did mention that they're conscious of that. So they are considering that. That's dovish, because that means that they would be less likely to raise rates again if they're conscious of the impact that tighter monetary policy is going to have on the economy. And then the second comment, and this isn't really a comment, this is just statistics, that a handful of the people at the meeting thought that, or they were voting for no rate hike at all in July. That's also dovish. So without those two things, if those two things didn't happen, I would have gave these minutes a 1, meaning like I would have considered it really, bearish. But those couple statements is why I gave it like a 3.5. Okay. And when those minutes came out, I told everybody, guys, I think this is bearish. I gave it a 3.5 on the scale of 1 to 10. And I think that it's going to move the market to the downside. And if you were on the live stream last night, we went over a very specific level. We said on the live stream last night, look for the bounce back, that 443 to 444 level, look for it to be resistance. Why are we looking for that level to be resistance? Well, because it's been support. It's been support for the last 3 days. And prior to that, you had this resistance. And I'll just draw it out for you guys here now. Again, if you missed the live stream last night, this is the resistance that I was talking about. You can see resistance, 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 resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. 7 days this level was resistance before we gapped above it in July. We dropped down into that level last week on Friday. That level held. We dropped down into that level again yesterday, and then we started to break underneath it. But you want to know what else is sitting here? See this dark blue line on my screen? Some of you, it might be hard to see because it's dark blue against the black background. But this dark blue line, that's the 50-day moving average. Okay, that's the 50-day moving average. We broke under it yesterday, and we said today, look for the 50-day to be resistance. And wouldn't you know, when you zoom this in, look where the high of the day is today, right? Look where the high of the day candle is today. The 50-day moving average is 443.78, and the high of the day today is 444.18. So there's the resistance at the 50-day moving average. And then you see the markets continue to sell off and we continue this move to the downside. This is exactly what we discussed on the live stream last night. So now that we're beneath this level, I think you really have to look at this level just as a ceiling now. You look at this level as an area of resistance. The market's been experiencing a pullback. Okay. That market, that level is there. You got up there, tested it, rolled it back over, sold it back off to the downside. And now what I'm thinking about here now today, guys, is where's my next level of support? Now, I told you on this live stream that, okay, August 1st, we did the live stream and we were live right when Fitch cut the U.S.'s credit rating. So we were live right at that moment. And you got the gap down, right? You got the gap down after the rate cut. And I said my target was that 50-day moving average, the low, like 443. We got to that target last week. Now you've broken underneath it. So now I have I have two targets now in mind. And I'll tell you where I think this sell-off finds its footing. Okay, I'll tell you where I think it finds its footing. Now, what I mean by finds its footing, I'm not talking about like one green day. I mean like an area of support that I think can actually meaningfully move the markets back to the upside once we get tested. But there's a minor support level that we have to deal with first, and it's 438. Now, 438, I think, probably gets tested tomorrow, and you probably see a little bit of a bounce off of 438 tomorrow. So I'm actually expecting tomorrow morning maybe weakness early. You have the jobless claims number that comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. That could be a catalyst to move the market back to the downside, test 438, and then start to give you a little bit of a bounce from that level. Where do I get the 438 level from? Very simple. You can see here, it used to be a level of resistance back there in June. Then we got above it. And then once we got above it, you can see support, 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 3 consecutive days. The market's pumped to the upside from that mark. That is support level number 1. Okay. I think you will see a test of that level and then you get a little bit of a bounce. But that bounce off of 438, I don't think takes you back above 444, which is the resistance level that we found today. I think that that bounce will just be a little bounce that continues the downtrend. And then my final target for this move is down here in the low 430s. We're looking at this like 431 zone. And now this level is going to be big. Now I'm going to delete these other lines. I want to clean the chart up for you just so you can see. All right. But hopefully you guys have these lines drawn on your screen, right? This line is 443.5. This line's 438. Okay. So if you want to draw those lines on your screens, for those that maybe can't see the price, I'll just make sure you guys are all aware of it. But I want to clean the chart up so you can see this level very clearly. Okay. Because this is the real level of support that I'm really focused on, that I think could give you a real meaningful bounce, meaning like for 1 or 2 weeks, you get a little recovery move in the markets. And it's these low 430s. Now, where do I get this level from? Very simple. You see back here a level of support back there in June. Now, prior to that June test, this was a massive level of resistance for the SPY that goes all the way back there to August of last year, and then back here till April and May of last year in 2022. So you see massive resistance here, massive resistance here, resistance here. We broke above it. We pulled back, retested support, and then the uptrend continued. That is my target for this pullback in the SPY. I think this is where you can look for us to drop into that zone and then find support and start to try to bounce off of the 430 level. And at that point, then all of our targets will have been met. We've called this down move in the market on August 1st. I told you, I believe we're going to get a pullback August into September. We've been down for 3 consecutive weeks now, 2 weeks now. This is the 3rd week. If we finish this week in the red, which it looks like we're going to, that's going to be 3rd down week in a row since we made that call on August 1st. Guys, on these live streams, I don't just come on these live streams and I tell you, hey, this is what happened today. I put my neck out there. I tell you exactly what I think is going to happen tomorrow. I tell you where I think I'm going to make money. I tell you the levels I think the markets are going to hold. I'm going to tell you the levels I think you're going to find resistance, the stocks I'm focused on. And sometimes I'm going to be wrong. And when I'm wrong, I'm going to come on here. I'm going to say, oh, yeah, listen, I was wrong. And this is the reasons why I was wrong. And maybe this is what I didn't see, or this is what happened that caused things to change, whatever it is. But I'm right a hell of a lot more than I am wrong. And if you've been paying attention at all on these live streams over these last couple of weeks, then you know that firsthand. And you got someone like Dylan Carson that just joined True Trading Group 2 days ago and has already almost doubled his small account. It's because you're getting real professional analysis, not just from myself, but 9 other professional traders. I'm the person you see on these live streams. I get that. But there's 9 other professional traders that are in True Trading Group, guys, that are calling out trades, that are answering questions, that are sharing their screen, that are providing their commentary. Now, I want to see actually who's on the live. We had about 1,000 people on the live stream. Do me a favor, guys. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat real quick. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member. I know we have, hundreds of members that are here, but if you're not a member, do me a favor. Just type the letters TTG. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. What I'm about to do on this live stream, guys, we're about to go over. I'm about to cover a workshop on how to grow a small account from 500 to 25K, and what's the things and the strategies you should be implementing in order to do that. All right, let's see who we've got. We've got Brandon, Tom, Omar, welcome back. Kwaku, how are you? Mike Young, Ann Fields, Wayne Walters, Brittany Barton, Vicky Moss, Cavalier, Venus, Summer Girl, Porta, Seven Humanist, Diane, Hope for Better, Nini. Excellent. So we got a lot of some new faces that are joining us here today. We got Bosco. Welcome, guys, all of you that are non-members of True Trading Group. So again, we're doing something real special for you tonight, okay? We're going to be covering how to grow a small account. What are the things you should be doing? What are the things you should not be doing? So is the 430s going to be the lows from here until the end of the year? Now you're asking a lot from me. I'm giving you my analysis over the last couple of weeks, but you want my analysis over the next 4 months. No, I actually think that you might get a little deeper than 430. What it really comes down to is how the consumer does going into the holidays is really what it comes down to. And I'll give you my analysis once I get more data going into the end of the year and see what the consumer is doing, because you have a couple of things that are happening in September and October. And I'm very interested to see how that pans out in the economy. Student loan payments are starting kicking back up in September, and COVID savings are due to run out in October. So when that happens, I want to see what happens to retail spending. What happens to the consumer, because right now retail spending is red hot. Retail spending is way higher than what the expectations just were. Industrial production today, way higher than what the expectations were. The Atlanta Fed's Q3 GDP estimate, way higher than expectations. Atlanta Fed is predicting a 5.8% GDP number for Q3. That is nowhere even close to the vicinity or the universe of a recession. We just got done talking about a 2.4% GDP number. Now the Atlanta Fed is predicting a 5.8 next quarter. That is a huge jump in economic data. Now, I don't think you're actually going to see that 5.8 number. This is the way that they calculate it. It's like a now number. It's not really a forecast. It's like a nowcast, like based on information that you have now relative to previous numbers. And that increase is giving you that calculation for Q3. But nonetheless, it's an increase, right? They're predicting that GDP is going to be higher in Q3 than it was in Q2, which would insinuate that the economy is accelerating, not slowing, going into the end of the year. And with those headwinds of student loan payments kicking back up and running out of COVID savings, while you're left with higher credit card debt, you're left with higher food prices, higher gas prices, higher rent prices, higher car prices, what does that do to retail and consumer spending? And once I start to get that data, like around October, then I'll give you guys my thoughts and my analysis for the next couple of months as we go into the end of the year, if I think there's a deeper pullback coming in the market, or if that's a viable pullback and you look for the markets to recover going into like a little Santa Claus rally, which is historically and seasonally a strong time for the markets. And guys, if you like the analysis, you like what I'm talking about, you like kind of some of the stuff I'm sharing with you guys, go ahead and smash that like button right now. Share the stream on your own social media. Let's reach out and educate and empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. Kevin Mendoza, 100%. Says, Mike, do you think anything interesting will come of the Jackson Hole meeting? Absolutely. Okay. Now, there's no Fed meeting in August, but there is the Jackson Hole meeting. Now, the Jackson Hole meeting is a very important event. It is a World Economic Forum that has every single financial industry leader from all around the world goes to Jackson Hole, and Jerome Powell gives a speech. The chairman of the Federal Reserve gives a speech every year at Jackson Hole. It is one of the most highly anticipated speeches that Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, makes in the entire year. And why I believe the Jackson Hole meeting is very important is because this is going to be Jerome Powell's opportunity to convey a message to the market without a Fed meeting. There's no Fed meeting in August, so there's no rate decision. This is Jerome Powell's chance to tell everybody what he's thinking. Now, the one thing about Jerome Powell that you have to agree, whether you think he's doing a good job or not, the one thing you have to agree is that he tries very hard to not surprise the market. He likes to tell the market what he's thinking and what he's going to do, and then do it so that there's not really a surprise. And that allows the market to begin pricing in what he's going to do. So this way, these events are not shell shocks and the market gets completely caught off sides and you have this like uncontrollable volatility. Right now, we have amazing volatility, tradable volatility. It's providing us the best trading environment that I've ever seen in my over 17-year career of doing this. There's triple-digit gains into Trading Group every single week. That's not normal, but that's the environment that we find ourselves in, and that's how members are able to capitalize and take advantage of this volatility. And that Jackson Hole meeting is going to be a source of additional volatility and therefore additional opportunity creation. Right? If Jerome Powell focuses, and this is what you need to listen to for the Jackson Hole meeting. If Jerome Powell focuses, okay, if Jerome Powell focuses on inflation during his speech, that's going to be bearish for the market because that means he's still fixated on raising rates and controlling inflation versus if Jerome Powell focuses on the state of the economy and, oh, we're conscious about the economy is slowing, we're considering this, we're conscious about that. That's going to be bullish for the market because that's going to be him telling the market, we're done. We fought inflation. We feel pretty good about where we're at. Now let's control our second mandate. The Fed has two mandates: price stability, that's inflation, and maximum employment. That's going to be the unemployment rate. Right now, the focus for the Fed has been price stability for the last 3 years, for the last 2 years, really. Price stability, fight inflation. Now, if he shifts his tone to, I'm not really worried about fighting inflation anymore. I feel like we did a good job. Now I want to make sure we maintain maximum employment. That's going to be a dovish sign and a bullish sign for the overall markets. Okay, so that Jackson Hole meeting and that speech is going to be very, very important to the direction that the market goes going into September, which is historically, seasonally, the weakest month out of the entire calendar year. We got a comment here from Julia Richards. I just want to hit on real quick. No disrespect. I was with Raging Bull crap for a while, and I lost a lot while they seemed to make a lot. Do your members actually make money? Julia Richards, I totally 100% respect your question. No disrespect taken at all. But the answer is yes, our members are making money at True Trading Group. It's not just the moderators. And I'll prove that to you, Julia. Don't just take my word for it. Members of True Trading Group, do me a favor. Members of True Trading Group, very simple question. Let's help Julia. If you are making money with True Trading Group and you're becoming better traders, type the number 1 in chat right now. Just type the number 1 in chat right now. If you're making money and you're becoming a better trader because of True Trading Group. Now, Julia, pay attention to how many people are going to type the number 1 inside chat. And this goes for anyone that's not a member. Just pay attention to how many people are typing that. These are your peers, guys. These aren't bots. These are members. These are real people. These are your friends, your coworkers, your family members. If they can do it, so can you. They have had every single excuse that you have given yourself. Small account, full-time job, no experience, was scammed by another group, lost money in the market before, don't know what I'm doing. But yet now here they are telling you they're making money. Right? There you guys have it. So yes, absolutely, Julia. And again, no disrespect taken. I respect your question. And I respect your skepticism. There is a lot of crap out there, and the company that you just named being one of them. There's a lot of crap out there. Okay. And I totally understand the hesitation. There's a lot of members of True Trading Group that are members of our community right now that were skeptical at first as well. And now the only regret is that they didn't join sooner. And again, just to prove that to you as well, now guys, maybe go ahead and type the number 1 again. If you were skeptical at first, and now your only regret is that you didn't join sooner. So just pay attention again how many people are going to type the number 1 in chat. These are people, again, these are members. These are you. These people are you. They found True Trading Group on a live stream, just like you're here now. They learned more in an hour and a half than they learned in the last year on their own. Okay. They learned more in an hour and a half than they learned on their own. And now here you guys have it, right? Now they're members of True Trading Group. They were skeptical at first. Thanks, James. They were skeptical at first too. Now their only regret is that they didn't join sooner. And that's just because when you find something real, it actually has a positive impact on your results. And that's what True Trading Group is really all about. All right, that's what it's all about. Okay. All right, guys. So I want to go over a couple of different things with you. Okay. I told you that we had a really special live stream for you tonight. I'm going to talk to you guys about, how to grow a small account. I know there's a lot of people that when they join True Trading Group, they have a small account, or you're considering joining True Trading Group, but you might not join because you think you need a bigger account than you currently have. And I want to go over with you guys, the proper way to grow a small account and to show you that this is in fact ready. So we've got a presentation that we put together for you guys just to and I'm going to go through this with you guys. And, I'm not going to, spend too much time, but I'm going to kind of go through this and kind of summarize through the workshop that I put together for members from a couple of years ago, because I think it's really important. So let's just go ahead. We're going to start this, how to grow a small account. Take some notes if you guys have small accounts. And we'll go ahead right now. We'll go to the first page. So the first thing that I think that you really need to focus on when you're talking about growing a small account is you have to make sure that first you're in the right mindset. Before you ever even load up your trading account, before you make a single trade, you have to be in the right mindset, because when you start trading with a small account, your goal is to learn first, not make money. I know that might sound silly. Like, Mike, what are you talking about? My goal is to make money. No, it's not. Your goal is not to make money, because right now, if you start with a $300 account, okay, yeah, you can go from $300 to a $600 account and you've doubled your account, but you are starting this journey to make a hell of a lot more money than just $300. That is not your goal. Your goal is to learn the proper way how to trade with good fundamentals, good discipline, good risk management, understanding the quality of trade setups that you're going to be putting yourself into, and building the discipline that is required for you to start to grow your account to a point where you can start taking bigger risk so your position size can be bigger, so you can finally start to make real money down the road. If you focus right out of the gate with a couple $100 in your account and you say, I've got $400 in my account, I want to turn this into $4,000. If that is your goal from day one, you're going to blow your account up, because you are going to try to run before you walk. You're going to try to get into a super high risk trade that's either going to make you a ton of money or lose you a ton of money. And those are the exact type of trades that with a small account, you need to stay away from. You do not have the privilege of taking a huge loss with a small account. You take a huge loss, your account is gone. Someone that has $1 million account, they can take a big loss. They're still alive. They can still continue to trade. You do not have that luxury if that is the case. So when you start with a small account, get in the right mindset, focus on learning and building the discipline first, make money second. You will not make money unless you accomplish the first part. This is not a chicken versus the egg, what came first argument. It is very simple. Learning and gaining that discipline needs to happen first in order for you to make money. So don't try to make money before you learn the discipline. Otherwise, you're going to blow your account up. Understand that trading is a marathon, not a sprint. You're not going to go from a $500 account to a $5,000 account in 1 week. You want to focus on singles. You want to focus on doubles. The home runs will come. Do not try to double up your account on every trade you make. That is how you blow your account up. Focus on little base hits at a time. You have a $500 account, let's get it to 600. Then let's get it to 750. Then let's get it to 1,000. Then 1,250 and 1,500 and 2,000 and 2,500 and 3,000 and 5,000, etc. You've got to climb the ladder in steps. Think of it this way. If we were to go outside your house right now, and we had to go up on your roof, we had to fix something on your roof, and we put a ladder, we leaned it up against the house, and I said to you, the best way, the safest way for you to get to the top of that ladder is to leapfrog 5 steps at a time and try to skip and grab and then jump and skip. No, if you do that, that's not how you're going to climb up the ladder. If you do that, you're going to fall off the ladder. You're going to get hurt. Do not skip those steps. As a trader, if you skip those steps, you are going to fall off the ladder. You're going to break your back, or in the trading situation, you're going to blow up your account. 1 step at a time will get you to your goal safely. Your goal is to get to the roof safely. 1 step at a time does that. So you got to learn to walk before you run. You got to protect yourself at all costs. Do not put yourself in a situation that could jeopardize your account. You do not have the luxury. Common reasons why newbie traders fail is because they never give themselves a chance to succeed. You may be able to become a $1 million trader, but if you blow your account up in the very early stages, you might quit, walk away, and never realize that potential. Why not? Why can't you be a $1 million trader? Why not? Why? Maybe you are inside of you, you have the ability and the skill to do this and to do this full time. But if you blow your account up before you ever give yourself a chance to learn how to become a trader, you're going to fail. To think that you're just going to open up your account, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So you better get in the right mindset if you're going to go down this path. This path could lead you to a destination and a goal that is far beyond your wildest dreams in the benefits, the advantages, and the success that you could achieve. But it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to take your $500 account. It's going to turn into 50 grand within 30 days. So don't try that. It's a sin when a trader goes balls to the wall and then bang, they just blow their account up. That's it. They're done. Most people don't have endless amounts of capital to just keep loading up trading accounts. You blow up one account, you put more money in, you blow up another. Eventually, you're going to stop. You don't have endless amounts of capital to keep putting money into. Give yourself a chance to actually reach your goals. All right? Give yourself a chance to actually reach those goals. All right? All right, next page. Okay. All right. Now, first thing that you need to do when you're going to start this journey as a small account, trade on a simulator. For heaven's sake, trade on a simulator. Okay? For heaven's sake, trade on a simulator. Okay? You want to trade on a simulator while you're going through courses, you're familiarizing yourself with material, and you guys are learning the proper way how to trade. Do not, I repeat, do not just open up an account and just start trading like crazy. Go on the simulator, make your mistakes on the simulator. Again, if you only have $500 in your account, why would we lose 300 of it making mistakes? You are going to make mistakes. Make them with fake money so we can fix those mistakes and not make them again. We have a simulator from ET&A. Use it. Our simulator lets you trade with fake money, but it lets you trade with real-time data. A lot of the simulators that you guys have access to with some of your brokerage accounts, the data is 15 minutes delayed. That's not going to help you. Our simulator lets you trade with real-time data so that you can actually trade with all the traders into your trading group, the moderators, and you can get your executions based on real-time data. So you can't cheat and be like, oh, look what the market's doing. Let me go and buy or whatever, because it's 15 minutes delayed, right? Use the simulator. Prove your consistency on the simulator before you go to real money. I said you should aim for a 50% accuracy minimum before you go to real money. I want to see you guys get to a 50%. Okay. I want to see you get to a 50% accuracy before you start trading with real money. You guys can see here the simulator that we offer is offered at all these different universities across the country. Illinois Tech, Berkeley Haas, University of Wisconsin, Whitewater, Cal State, Fullerton. These are just some of the universities that actually use the simulator that we use in their business programs and in their finance programs. That's what you guys are going to be having access to. You get this included when you guys become members of your trading group. It's included. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. If you go to ET&A on your own, it's going to cost you just under $1,000. But when you join your trading group, it's included in your membership. Okay. Now, when you start trading on a simulator, you have to treat it like it's real. If you have a $500 account in real life, then set your simulator to $500. Don't set your simulator to $50,000. What's the point of you doing that? Don't just go, oh, this is fake money, so I'm going to buy 5,000 shares. I'm going to buy 100 options. No, You have to treat it like it's real. Because if you don't treat it like it's real, then when you go to real money, you're doing something completely different. The goal here and the objective is for you to get so familiar on the simulator that I could just, without you knowing, log you into your real account and you have no idea that anything has changed because you want to do the exact same thing that you've been doing on the simulator. If you're farting around with a $50,000 account on the simulator, then you go to real money with $500, you're doing something totally different. Your position size is different. Your risk is different. Your stop losses are different. Your entries are different. Your take profits are different. The amount of time that you're holding onto your position is different. It's all different. So it's going to be something brand new to you. There's going to be no structure. There's going to be no plan. There's going to be no familiarity. This is gold that I'm giving you guys all right now. I want to know again, how many are not members and want me to keep going? If you're not a member of True Trading Group and you want me to keep going, type the letters TTG. Again, type the letters TTG if you guys appreciate what I'm doing here, you like the content. If you want me to keep going, I got a lot more to go. But if you guys want me to keep going, go ahead and type the letters TTG. Again, if you're not a member, but you guys want me to keep going, just type the letters TTG. Awesome. Excellent. Great. Well, since you all asked so nicely, I will continue. I will continue. Okay. Now, you got to treat the simulator like it's real, right? You got to stop out like you would in real life. You got to take profits like you would in real life. You got to use the same risk and the same size as you would with real money. Okay. And practice everything. Practice trading stocks and practice trading options. Practice it all on the simulator. So we start to find kind of a comfort level with you. Okay. All right. So again, the simulator, very important stage in your process of growing a small account. Let's go to the next page. Guys, let's go to the next page. Okay. Cash account versus margin account. This is very important that you listen to this. Okay. There's a massive difference between cash accounts and margin accounts. If you are starting with a small account, when I say small account, I'm talking, if you're starting with less than $1,000 in your account, do not use a margin account. If you have maybe $10,000 in your account and you want to use a margin account, as long as as long as you guys, if you're swing trading or something, then that's fine. But if you're going to be a day trader and you're starting with a small account, use a cash account. The reason why I think you should use a cash account is because the margin account you'll be bound by the PDT rule. That means you can only make 3-day trades in a 5-day period unless you have $25K in your account, which that's not what we're talking about right now, right? We're talking about how to grow a small account up to $25K. So you're starting with, let's say, $500 cash account, and we're going to trade options. Okay. Cash account, we're going to trade options. Why do we trade options with the cash account? Because options, the money settles the next day. Other big thing is you still have to buy other tools for most other trading groups. TTG literally has it all built in. That's facts. Yes, 100% correct. That's a thing. Like you need things. Like as a trader, it's not enough to just go on Reddit and Twitter and have a Robinhood account and think you're going to be successful. You're out of your mind. You need things that successful traders use because it gives them more information. It helps them make better decisions. Scanners and news feeds, level 2s, analyst ratings, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, a trading journal, all of these things, social sentiment scanners, all of these things are included when you join True Trading Group. Adam spent years, my business partner, spent years building relationships with these companies so that we cut agreements with them to offer their products and tools on the True Trading Group platform so that when you join True Trading Group, You don't have to pay for it. Think about what that tells you about our credibility when you have a company like Benzinga and Quote Media and TradingView and all these other companies that you all are very familiar with. These companies, we have agreements with them to have their products on our platform. We have signed agreements with these companies. We're not just some fly-by-night company that just popped up. I'm not just some YouTuber that just popped up during COVID. We've been around since 2016, 2017, guys, and have inked deals and relationships with some of the top financial trading tool companies in the industry. That's how we got these tools on our platform. So when you guys join, you're getting Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, congressional trading data, track trades by Congress, insider trading, track trades by management teams. So when a CEO or a CFO sells shares or buys shares of their own stock, you can see that. Dark pool data, which is a private exchange that some of you may not even be familiar with. It's a private exchange where hedge funds conduct very large transactions. Like if a hedge fund wanted to drop a $100 million position, that transaction might be done on the dark pools. We have access to that information. You have access as a member of True Trading Group. Unusual options activity, options flow, short data, a trading journal to track your trades, a social sentiment scanner. All of these things are included when you join our platform. Now, if you were to go pay for those tools on your own, you're going to spend around $5,000 a year. It's included when you join True Trading Group. Okay? So keep that in mind. Cash account versus the margin account. Like I said, guys, the margin account, you're bound to the pattern day trading rule. Okay? Cash account, you're not bound by the pattern day trading rule. So with a cash account, you can make as many trades as you want. All right. So we'll head to the next slide now, guys. Okay. Trade small, think small. Okay. If you're starting with a small account, that means you're going to trade small. Oh, we got to welcome Julia. Guys, we got to welcome Julia. Julia just joined the TTG family. I guess I'm assuming it's the same Julia that asked the question before that had the bad experience with Raging Bull. It is the same Julia. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Everybody welcome Julia. Guys, welcome Julia. Julia is the newest member of True Trading Group. Everybody welcome Julia. You know what, Julia? So I just realized something. Julia, you just paid full price. All right, so listen, Julia, listen to me. You just paid full price. So if someone goes to our website without being on this live stream, you're going to pay around $2,000 for the membership for the year. But on this YouTube channel, I'm giving you guys a coupon code. So Julia, you signed up before I even had a chance to give the coupon code. So we're going to refund you the difference, Julia. So you're actually going to get back around $1,000. Okay. So Julia, we're going to refund you around about $1,000, or maybe a little bit under $1,000. I had to see exactly what you just paid. Tomorrow, we're going to refund you that, Julia, tomorrow. So let me tell you guys, I wasn't expecting someone to join already. Let me tell you how you can join True Trading Group real quick, because if you're going to join, use this coupon code I'm going to give you. It gives you a 50% discount on the membership. You guys are spending the time with me here. It's 9:30 at night, Eastern time. You guys are here. You're interested. You're eager. You're motivated. I'm going to give you this coupon code. So listen to me carefully. Go to ttgoffer.com if you guys want to join. ttgoffer.com. Everything you see on that page is included when you join True Trading Group. Now, the price is normally $2,212. Use this coupon code, TTG121. Okay, again, that's TTG121. Click apply code. The price will then drop down to just $10.87 for the entire year. So Julia, you just paid full price. That's not fair. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to refund you the difference. Okay. Julia says, if you offer half of what you claim on your checkout page, it's worth the full amount. Yes, I know it is. It's worth more than that. It's worth more than the full amount. Trust me, I know. Just the Benzinga stuff is around. If you go to Benzinga directly, it's going to cost you around $1,400 to have access to the Benzinga Pro newsfeed with the squawk feature, congressional trading data, and insider trades. That's around $1,400 a year. You get access to it as a member of True Trading Group when you pay the $1087. So just go to ttgoffer.com, guys. Use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code, and the price will drop down to $1087. Okay? The price drops down to $1087. You get our entire curriculum also. So all of the courses that we have on our platform are included. Joe, why don't you post up the link to the syllabus in chat? So anyone that's interested, you guys can click on the link that we're about to post. It gives you a full breakdown of all of the courses that you're going to have access to. This is a simplified and expanded upon version of the training that I received when I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures. There's no upsells for courses. There's no like VIP courses that cost an extra $1,000 after you join. The 1087 gets you access to all the courses and all the tools. I don't sell you half the solution. We don't play games like that. So go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code, the price drops down to $1087. We also have 8 more laptops this evening. So for those of you that do join, Julia, this includes you, you're going to be getting a free laptop. It's a Windows laptop. It's going to be either an Asus, Acer, HP, Dell, or Lenovo laptop. It's free. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. It's our gift to you guys for joining. You can use it to trade. You can give it to your kid for school. Sell it on eBay and put the money back in your account. I don't care. It's up to you. It's your gift. It's free. We cover shipping. Remember, we have members in 115 different countries. As long as you live on planet Earth, we're going to get you that free laptop, guys. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know you're getting one. There's 8 of them left. And listen, I know I talk a big game on these live streams. I do. I know I do. But I back it up. I back it up with a double your money back guarantee. So anyone that joins True Trading Group here this evening, you'll pay $1087. But I believe so strongly in the platform that we've created and its ability to help you reach your goals that I will offer anyone a double their money back guarantee. I'm dead serious. It's in black and white right there on the website. If you join True Trading Group, you'll pay $1087 right now. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group. If you do those 3 things and actually use our platform and you are unable to make back the $1087 membership fee at least one time during your membership, I will give you back double your money. I'll literally give you back $2,174 if you are unable to make the $1087 membership fee back. We can do that because our refund rate is only 2.39%. We have a 78% retention rate, meaning 78% of our members renew their membership or go on to become lifetime members. And we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with well over 2,300 reviews. That's why I can offer you double your money back. Julia says, I have paid a lot for many groups since 2013, Agora, Sykes, you name it, I bought it. Honestly, this seems too good to be true, but if it is, I can always dispute with Amex. Yes. Yes, this is very true. You can always dispute with Amex. You can always dispute it with Amex. It's right here on the checkout page. It's right here on the checkout page. And you can just show Amex this YouTube video. So we won't stand a chance. All right. So you guys have it. All right. So there you guys have it. Okay. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and send us a text message. 786-505-4049. Again, 786-505-4049. If you guys have any questions at all about the membership. Okay. We're fully transparent. We're an open book. Text us 786-505-4049. All right. So you guys have it. Remember, you'll know you're getting one of those laptops if you see one in the checkout cart. Okay. 786-505-4049. Text us if you guys have any questions. All right. Fantastic. Let's go back to the presentation. Trade small, think small, right? When you're building a small account, you are going to accomplish building that small account by adding smaller profits together over time and then increasing your buying power. You're not going to grow an account by doubling it up every day or every trade. That should not be your goal. You want to grow the account slowly so that you little by little have more buying power. So little by little, you can take bigger position size and bigger risk. So your profits become bigger over time. That's the proper way to grow your account. Swinging for the fences and hitting monster trades is typically not how small accounts are built up over time and steadily and consistently. You might have someone takes a $500 account with one YOLO option trade, they turn into $2,500. But if they did that with a YOLO, with no discipline and no risk management and no control, that $2,500 goes back to $500 real quick. All right. You're trading a small account, so you got to trade small. You got to think small, right? Small accounts can't afford a large loss. So you focus on singles, not home runs. Next page. Stocks versus options. Okay. Because if you have a small account, you can generally only trade small cap stocks or options. You can't trade shares of Tesla or AMD if you have a $500 account. Okay. My suggestion to you is to trade options, but you have to understand stock price movement and trading basics first before you start trading options. If you do not understand stock price movement, you will not understand options. Options are not the same as stocks. You have to get a general understanding of options and what they are and how they work, how the price moves, because the price moves differently. There's different things that impact the price of an option that do not impact the price of a stock. Okay? Time has no factor whatsoever in the price of a stock. It has a tremendous effect on the price of an option. You'll learn all of this as a member of True Trading Group. We've got option courses, we have option workshops, we have options boot camps, we have option seminar, we have everything that you can possibly imagine. We'll teach you how to trade options, but do not start trading options without a general understanding of stock price movement and without a general understanding of options first. That's why I tell you guys, go on the simulator. The most common mistake that I see with beginner traders is that they start trading options without fully understanding the risk management required. And when they enter an option trade, they get too big of a position size. And when they lose way more money than they thought they were risking in the first place. They might get into a trade saying, I'm only going to risk $80, and they end up losing 300, because they did not understand the risk and the volatility of the option. So make those mistakes on the simulator. You will make those mistakes. I'm telling you now, I've seen it with thousands of traders. So make the mistake on the simulator. Learn how to trade options first before you go to real money. Options are a great way to grow a small account, but there is higher risk in options. An option contract can move 50% like that. Okay. They can move 100% like that. Now that's great, but it can move 50% to the upside very quickly, but it can also move 50% to the downside rather quickly as well, much faster than the price of a stock is going to move up 50% or down 50%. So you have to keep that in mind. Trading options is the best way for you to grow your account, but you have to do it with proper risk management. Otherwise, you can blow that account up quickly. Now, you want to focus on the right types of stocks and options to trade. If you have a small account, you should not be trading high volatility, expensive options like Netflix, Tesla, NVIDIA. Those options are very expensive. The stocks are extremely volatile. They are outside of your risk tolerance. If your risk tolerance is $50, $80, $100 on one trade, meaning if you lose on the trade, that's the amount of money you're going to lose. If that's your risk tolerance, it is physically impossible for you to get into an option trade on Tesla, on NVIDIA, on Netflix, because one contract, you can't buy less than one contract. One contract is going to cost you $800, $1,500, $2,000. And if you lose on that trade, you're going to lose way more than $50, $80, $100. Okay. So you want to stay away from real high volatility. When you're starting with a small account, you want to focus on lower volatility stocks. Stocks like Ford, American Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines, Palantir. These are the stocks that you should be focusing on with a small account. Bank of America, okay, Occidental Petroleum, smaller, lower volatility. We got to welcome Diane. Diane, welcome to the group, guys. Diane's the newest member. That means we're down to 7 of those laptops. Again, guys, go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. We got to welcome Wilfred. Wilfred, welcome to the family. That means we're down to 6 laptops, guys. As long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, you're getting one. That's how you know. So even if you're watching this after it's aired, you guys can go and see the laptop, then that means you're getting one. There's 6 of them remaining. You have any questions, text us, 786-505-4049. Don't forget, you've got the double your money back guarantee. I really don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind, and it's there to let you guys hold us accountable. If our refund rate was 10 or 15%, guys, I wouldn't be able to offer you double your money back. We'd go out of business. So Wilfred and Diane, welcome to the family. 6 spots now remain. Understanding risk management and proper position sizing is very important with your small account, because once again, you cannot afford a larger than expected loss. Okay. All right. So let me just set the record straight real quick. I'm going to set the record straight real quick for someone named Jason. Okay. Let me be very clear about this, Jason, since I assume that you're on this live stream. So when you guys join True Trading Group, I'm going to make myself very crystal clear. Jason, I'm speaking directly to you, so hopefully your ears are clear of all of their wax. When you join True Trading Group, there is no upsell for our courses and our tools. All of our courses and all of our tools are included when you guys join in the membership price. If you want extra stuff, Jason, if you want to come to an in-person meetup, if you want a 2-day intensive boot camp covering a specific topic, if you want additional mentorship programs, well then, Jason, those things are going to cost you extra money. Those things are not included in the 1087 price point, but you don't need those things, Jason. We are giving you access to all of the tools and the education that I feel that you need in order to give yourself the best chance of becoming successful. That's our entire 22 course curriculum. There is no upsell for courses. All of the courses are included. All of the tools that are listed on the checkout page are included for the 1087 price point. Everything that is on the checkout page, Jason, is included in your membership. There is nothing on the checkout page that mentions a 2-day intensive boot camp. There's nothing on the checkout page that mentions a 3-day in-person meetup in Miami. Those things are not on the checkout page. Therefore, they are not included in your 1087 price point. So I want to make myself crystal clear to make sure that everybody understands that, specifically you, Jason. So I just want to set the record straight there for Jason. I'm literally speaking to one person. I'm not talking to any of the 1,000 people that are on this live stream. I'm talking to one J.O. All right. So again, send us a text message if you guys have any questions. That's 786-505-4049. Okay. 786-505-4049. Okay. So back to stocks and options, proper position sizing. And that's what I mean, guys, about understanding that risk management, that proper position sizing. This way you make sure that, this way you guys make sure that you're not buying 5 options when you should have only bought 2, right? You're not buying 10 contracts when you should have only bought 5. You know, that's what I mean by making those position size mistakes. Next slide. Risk management. When you are starting with a small account, you should use hard stop losses, not mental. You can't afford a slip up on a mental stop loss. Mental stop losses mean you don't have an actual order set. When a stock reaches a specific price, you determine manually if you want to get out of the trade or not. Mental stop losses require a certain sense of discipline so that you actually follow the mental stop loss. You can't say your stop loss is $10 and the stock gets to $9.50 and you're still in it, right? You can't say, Okay, you got to be able to stick to your stop loss. So I suggest using hard stop losses to remember, protect yourself at all costs. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where you become a deer in headlights and you freeze and the stock blows past your stop loss and you thought you were only going to lose $50, but you end up losing 150. We can't afford to let that happen when you guys are trading with a small account. Use stop orders or stop on quote. Do not use stop limit orders. Stop limit orders will not guarantee you're going to exit the trade. So use whether your broker will maybe just call it a stop, or it'll call it a stop on quote. If you see something that says stop limit, do not use that order. That will not guarantee you're going to get out of the trade. Understand what your risk tolerance is per trade and stick to it. I can't tell you what your risk tolerance is. That's going to be up to you. But I'll tell you that it has to be a number that you are so comfortable losing that you don't care about it. It's got to be, imagine you're going to Vegas and you're at the roulette table and you've got a $1 chip. You put it on red or black. They spin the wheel. You don't care. You can turn around, look, people are yelling at the craps table. Oh, what's going on over there? You don't care. You can put a $5 chip on the table. They spin the wheel. Oh, the waitress comes over for drinks. Oh yeah, can I have a Jameson and Coke, or have a vodka and club, whatever it is. And then, they spin. You don't care. It's $5. Then you put a $10 chip. You don't care. A $25 chip. You don't care. Now all of a sudden you've got a $100 chip on the table. Now all of a sudden you start to care, right? Now they spin the wheel. You're not even paying attention to the waitress that's bringing your drink. You don't care about what's going on at the roulette table. You're focused on the table now because you have $100 at risk, and you care about $100 being at risk. You didn't care about $1. You didn't care about $5, right? Your risk tolerance, meaning your risk unit, which is the amount of money, I have to sneeze, guys, I'm sorry, is the amount of money that you are going to lose if you are wrong. It has to be a number that you are so comfortable with that you do not care. If it's an amount of money that's going to make you shake, it's the amount of money that's going to make your heart race, it's the amount of money that's going to make you sweat profusely, then that is too high of a risk unit for you. So you have to understand what that risk tolerance is. I will give you this piece of advice. When I ask traders, what's your risk tolerance? The first number that they give me is usually wrong. Usually traders think their risk tolerance is one number. It's really another. I can say, what's your risk tolerance? You go $100. But then when you're in a trade and you're down $60, $70, you start to get nervous. If you are getting nervous when you're down $75, your risk tolerance is not 100. Your risk tolerance is anywhere from 50 to 75. You can tell me my risk tolerance is 500, but when you're down 350, 400, you start to get nervous that, oh no, oh man, the trade's not working out, but you're not at your stop loss yet. Then that means 500 is not your risk tolerance. It's really 300. It has to be a number that you are comfortable with. This is very, very important because trading is not perfect. You're not going to enter a trade. It's going to instantly go in your favor and never go the opposite direction. You're not that good. I'm not that good. Nobody is that good. So you have to be comfortable if the stock's going the opposite direction before it goes in the right direction. And if you're in too big of a position size, you're going to panic. You're going to get out of that trade. Risk tolerance is very, very important. Next slide. A couple of trading tips. These are just some tips that you should focus on. Always, no matter what, under any circumstance, should you deviate from your original trading plan. When you're starting with a small account, chances are you're a new trader. As a new trader, it is way more important for you to build the discipline of sticking to a trading plan. Do not deviate from your trading plan. If you say you're going to buy a stock at 10, you're going to take profits at 11, 12, and 14, do that. Do not, and you say you're going to stop out at $9. If you're going to stop, you say you're going to stop out at $9, then stop out at $9. Don't let the stock go from 10 to 950 and you go, oh, it doesn't look good anymore. I'm going to get out at 950. No, you're deviating from your plan. Stick to your plan. Why? Before you enter a trade, that analysis before you're in will always be your best analysis. Why? You have no emotional connection to the trade whatsoever. None. You have no money at risk. So you were able to analyze that setup with complete neutrality. You have no emotional connection to the trade. You have no fear. You have no greed. At that point, it's just a video game for you. You are analyzing with the clearest state of mind you are going to have. So the chances are that analysis will be your best. Trust it. Stick to it. Because once you're in the trade, you're going to see one red candle and be like, ah, and you're going to panic and you're going to get out of the trade. Even though your stop loss is not reached. You're going to panic, you're going to sell, and then an hour later, you would have been up 50, 60%. Instead, you took a loss. Okay? Now, for anyone that is on a margin account, don't tier into your trades, tier out. Okay? On most brokers, check with your broker to confirm this, but most brokers consider the day trade a round trip. What do I mean by that? If you buy 100 shares and then you sell 50 and then you sell another 50, it's one round trip of 100 shares. It counts as one day trade. If you were to buy 50 shares and then buy another 50 shares and then you sold out of 100 shares, they consider that 2 day trades because it's you bought 50 trades, that's one trade. You bought shares, that's one trade. You bought 50 shares again, that's another trade. That's going to be 2 day trades. Check that with your broker to see if that's how they count your day trades. If you're bound by the PDT rule, if you're trading a margin account. Okay. Now I teach a tier trading system, which means you're going to be taking profit on your position in pieces. And if you're trading with a very small account, meaning you're only able to get like 2 option contracts, then you're only going to focus on profit target 1 and 2. Now, when you have 3 contracts or more, I teach you 3 profit targets. Okay, 25%, then 50%, and then 25% of your position is typically how you'll do it. And if it's 3 contracts, it'll just be 1, 1, 1. So 33%, 33%, 33% of your position. But if you had, let's say, for example, 4 contracts, you'd sell 1 contract at profit target 1, 2 contracts at profit target 2, 1 contract at profit target 3. But if you only have 2 contracts and you're trading with a really small account, then you're going to sell 1 and 1 at profit target 1 and 2. Okay. And use a commission-free broker, please, because you guys have small accounts. You don't want to be getting dinged $5, $6 every time that you're making a trade. Next slide. Now, growing the small account, in order to grow the account, we're going to have to increase your size and your risk at some point, right? There's a very specific way that you need to increase your risk and your size. After you've been consistently profitable for at least a month, 1 week is not enough. Be profitable for at least a month. And when you feel comfortable that you're ready to increase your position size, you're going to increase your risk by 25%. So let's say your normal risk is $100 on a trade, meaning if you're wrong, you lose $100. You're going to start now risking $125. You're not going to start risking 200. You're not going to start risking 300. You're going to go from 100 to 125. Then you're going to stay there for at least another 1 to 2 weeks, prove consistent profitability still, and then bump it up another 25%. Stay there for another 2 weeks, prove consistent profitability, bump it up another 25%, and keep climbing that ladder 1 step at a time. There's 2 very specific reasons why that's the proper way to increase position size and increase risk in order to grow your account. First reason is purely psychological. If you're comfortable at $100 risk, it's easy to be comfortable at 125. But if you go from 100 to 300, that's a huge difference. You may not be emotionally comfortable with $300 risk. The second reason is in order to create a buffer in your account. You don't want to have an air pocket on your P&L. You don't want to have 2 losing trades and you wipe out 2 weeks of profit. If you go from risking $100 on a trade to now risking $300, if you're risking $100, maybe you're making $175 or $180 on a trade that you're right on. If you're making $175, $180 on a trade that you're right on, and then you jump to $300 risk and you lose 2 trades, that's $600. You just wiped out 4 winning trades with 2 losing trades. You cannot do that. You cannot allow that to happen. We got to welcome Rudy. Rudy's the newest member of the group. They finally put Rudy in. Rudy, we're all cheering for you. You know, from the bottom of our heart, we're all cheering for you. And everyone loves a good underdog story. Rudy, welcome to the TTG family. We're down to now just 5 of those laptops, guys. Remember, the next 5 people to join, you're going to get a free laptop and a double your money back guarantee. As long as you see a laptop in the checkout cart, you're getting one. So go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. Price drops down to $1087. You guys are good to go. All right. So by increasing your risk in 25% increments, it allows your P&L to catch up to your new risk to provide a buffer in case you start having losing trades. Because if you go from risking 100 to 125, well, now your winning trades are going to be bigger also, right? Then you're risking 150. Now your winning trades are going to be bigger. Then you're risking 200. Now your winning trades are going to be bigger. That's why it's important for you to stay at that new risk level for 2 weeks, be consistently profitable, let that profit build in your account before you bump to the next level. So if you bump to the next level and you go losing trade, you're not wiping out 2 weeks of profit. You're climbing that ladder and adding cushion and adding protection on your account. So those are 2 reasons why it's important you increase your risk in that matter. All right. And that wraps it up, folks. That concludes my little workshop, this live workshop on how to grow a small account from $500 to $25,000. That's the framework. That's the foundation. That's the strategy. That's the rules and the parameters that you should follow. Now, obviously, what are the actual trades that we're going to make? Well, I can't do that all with you guys here on a live stream, but I certainly could do that with you inside the True Trading Group platform as a member, in chat, on the mobile app, during the day, in workshops, in study groups, in after hours training sessions. And those are things that you guys are going to get included with your membership at True Trading Group. So just go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops all the way down to $1087, and you guys are good to go. All right. So this concludes the educational part of the live stream. If you guys are not interested in the membership at all, you can sign off the stream. If you are interested, stick around for 2 minutes. I'll show you the platform so you can actually see what the 1087 price point is going to give you, right? Because this is our chat room, so you guys can see what our chat room looks like. Our chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live with the mic. We're calling out trades. We're answering questions. We're with you from pre-market through the close. We're not just gone after an hour and you'll have to fend for yourself. We're with you guys for the whole day. If you can't be in front of your computer, okay, you guys watch us trade live inside chat. You watch us trade live. Myself and the 9 other professional trading mods. If you can't be in front of your computer, don't worry. We have a mobile app. Download it. It'll allow you to be inside chat, connect to our screen share, hear the audio commentary because the mods and I talk to you on the mic during the day. You could listen to the audio commentary, and then you get real-time push notifications when the moderator's trades actually execute. So you can follow along with what we're doing during the day. You get 2 private study group sessions with our mods so we can really speed up that learning curve. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, live up to the second news alerts directly inside of our chat. You get congressional trading data to track trades by Congress, insider trading to track trades by management teams so that you'll know when a CEO buys or sells shares of their own stock, Trading View's premium charting software, the Trade Ideas scanner streams on our platform for you guys to use during the day. Focus on the hottest stocks during the day. A simulator that lets you trade with fake money but real-time data so you can practice. Our own proprietary scanner lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, and options flow, short data. All this is included, guys, in the 1087. You don't pay extra for these things. There's a full trading journal that tracks your trades, breaks it down to the numbers and statistics for you. A social sentiment scanner tells you what stocks are being talked about most on social media. You get downloadable PDF reports, including analyst ratings, so you know exactly, how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating. Yes, Derek, this 1087 price point, Derek, is for a full year, 365 days. All right. The 1087 is for the full year. You're locking yourself in at that price also, Derek. So I'm offering you this. So if you go to the website on your own, it's going to cost you over $2,000 for our membership. But if you're on the live stream, I give you this coupon code. So if you find us through a live stream, use the coupon code TTG121. That knocks the price down to 1087. Now, if you join right now for 1087, you're locking yourself in at that price. So when your membership renews next year, and I'm confident you're going to want to renew because 78% of our members do. When your membership comes up for renewal, if you want to renew, you'll only renew for the 1087. Our membership could be $2,500 next year. It doesn't matter. You'll renew for the 1087. So you're locking yourself in at that price. And Julia, who joined earlier and paid full price, so Julia joined without the coupon code. Julia, Adam just refunded you the difference. Okay, so that should probably show up in your account, I guess, by tomorrow. All right, so Julia, Adam just refunded you the difference since you joined earlier and you did not use the coupon code, but we're not going to, that's not fair. You're on the live stream. Yes, Julia Richards goes, no way in heck you just refunded me. Yes, we just did. My guess, it'll be in your account tomorrow. It's only fair. It's only right. Like I said, Julia, we're fully transparent. We're an open book. Right? Obviously, you're on the live stream. I saw you asked me a question. I answered the question. And then you joined before I even could give the coupon code. So that's not right. I'm not going to make you pay full price as if you found us on social media and you went to our website and you paid full price. You're on this live stream. You get the coupon code. So we just refunded you the difference. All right. You guys also get watch lists every day from the moderators and I. We tell you what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit prices, so you know what to focus on before the day even begins. Then you have all the courses. Remember, the courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the trading program that I went through when I worked at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, chart psychology, crypto, futures. It's all included. There's no upsell for courses. All of the courses are included. Now, again, this is for Jason. There's other things in True Trading Group you can pay for, like in-person meetups, 2-day intensive boot camps, individual mentorship programs. There's other additional help you can pay for if you want. But the courses and the tools that I'm mentioning that are on the ttgoffer.com page, all of that is included for the 1087. And then you got a video library with 600 hours of workshops, and you can attend these workshops live when you become a full-time member. Gang, I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group. But if you do join, you'll pay 1087 right now. The next, 5 people are going to get a free laptop. If you pay 1087 right now, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend the study group, and actually use the platform. Don't log on to our site 5 times all year and be like, I didn't make any money. Use the site, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend the study group. And if you are unable to make the 1087 membership fee back at least once during your membership, I will give you back double, $2,174. Now, I can do that because our refund rate, it's only 2.39%. 78% of our members renew their membership. If that was not the case, I wouldn't be able to offer you double your money back, but I can, and I will. And that's how I prove to you how much that I believe in the platform that we've created. So if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to text us, 786-505-4049. Otherwise, go to ttgoffer.com now, enter the coupon code TTG121. You see the laptop, you're getting one. You don't have to enter your address. You're going to get a welcome email after you join. In that welcome email are going to be instructions how to claim the laptop, so be on the lookout for it. No need for a refund. You just earned a member for life. Nice, Julia. I'm looking forward to it. You sound like an amazing person, and I'm happy to have you part of the group. Welcome to the family, Julia. All right, and welcome our other new members here tonight as well. So, folks, that does it for me. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you have not done so already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, my TTG fam. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, jobless claims. I'll see you guys in chat. Take care, guys.